Hey, what's up, guys? So we're gonna do a little kind of snapshot battle report for Age of Sigmar. So we'll kind of just show video footage of what we did and kind of explain why we did what we did, kind of. So the first of a series, hopefully, and we'll see how it turns out. So today I'll be playing against Tad from the Miscasts against his, what do you call these guys again?
Nighthaunt.
Little ghost boys and his Nighthaunt. I'll be playing my little pointy ears, Lumineth. So our lists are 2,000 points, and I'll be playing, of course, the Helon shooty list. So we got 40 sentinels for archers. We got, for our screening, a unit of 10 wardens here. We got a 5-man squad here of Windchargers for cavalry. And of course, we got Big Boi Teclis. And for heroes, because of course you need heroes in this season, we got our Cathallar. And we have a Blade Guard, Bannerblade, Blade Guard. And of course we have our free shrine for our terrain piece. So yeah, so a lot of shooting. I'm gonna try to shoot as much as I can off the board, try to get through his feel no pains or shrugs in this game. I'll let Tad explain his army mechanic. But of course Helon, so the Helon specific rule, anything within 6 inches, except for Unleash Hell, they changed that. You get an extra attack for shooting, and of course the normal Lumineth things. They have their crystals they could pop once per game. They get a -1 bravery permanent, and you could +1 to hit, +1 save, +1 cast, or reroll a cast. And when I choose to fight, I choose 2 units instead of 1. So if that ever happens, but if that happens, I'm pretty sure they just get wrecked. Especially if he hits contact with any of the sentinels. For spells, of course, we got the spell portal here. We want to throw this in the middle of the board and just bombard as many mortal wounds as we can. And we have a little snare here to kind of half movement. I don't know if it'll work that well against his list. This is kind of just a catch-all mechanic, but we'll see how it does. Okay, so we'll flip over to Tad and he'll go over his army.
Hey guys, I'm Tad with the Miscasts. We're going to be playing today like Carl said, and I brought my Nighthaunt out today to give it a shot. So I am running a Quicksilver Dead Nighthaunt list, so that means that my Dreadscythe Harridans, these lovely ladies with the arms, they're going to be ignoring ward saves today. So they count as battle line in this list. So I'm running 30 of them. I have a 20 block, and then I have a 10 block. For my other battle line, I have 30 Chain Rasp Horde, so I'm running a big block of them. I have 5 of the Hex Rates, and then not quite done in my color scheme yet, so apologies for that. And then I have 3 Spirit Hosts. Those are going to be bodyguarding my heroes, so I can pass those wounds off to them. And then I have 4 Banshees. They're going to help with maybe a little bit of Carl's magic today. So they can hopefully stop a little bit of the pain coming towards me. And then I have, for my heroes, I brought quite a few this game. I brought Rykenor the Grimhailer. He's on the horse with the big old wings. And then I brought, as always, a Krulgas Cruciator. And then a Spirit Torment, a Guardian of Souls, and then the Executioner with the big old axe. I want to try him out today. So quite a few different heroes. They're not too expensive point-wise, so I still have enough bodies on the board, hopefully, but we'll see how it goes.
Any special rules for Nighthaunt?
Nighthaunt, we have a 6-up ward across the board. Instead of all-out defense, I can do all-out ghost, or discorporate is what some people call it, and that gives me a 5-up ward when they're targeted by an attack. And then retreat and charge is big. You can't take bravery if you're within 3 inches of them, so you're gonna be taking battle shock tests if I do get into combat, hopefully. And then on the charge mechanic for the wave of terror, depending on what I roll on my charges, I can debuff the enemy. So hopefully we get some really high charges this game.
Nice. All right, so I guess we'll head off and start the roll off for attacker defender.
Prize of Galette is the mission we're playing. So it's the one that held over from last season. These missions are going to be activating for the person that goes second. You can only activate the middle ones at the start of the game. And then after round 1, we can start activating the ones in the opponent's territory. So it should be a good one.
All right, let's go to roll off. All right, so we're rolling off to see who's attacker defender. Wow.
1.
6. All right, so the battlefield is set. I was defender, so I set up the terrain. Tad deployed his army. I had a 1-drop battle regiment, so I am choosing to go first. I feel like I should go second, so I could try to get that double turn, but the thought of just shooting stuff turn 1 is just too tasty. So let's see if I suffer that choice and get double turned on the first battle round. All right, let's get to it. All right, so that is our first hero phase with movement for battle round 1. So battle tactic I chose was blind the enemy, 4 spells from 4 different units. Easily got that off. The big one is total eclipse and the 5-up feel no pain aura from Teclis. So we had that bad boy go off. All the power of Hysh went off on the archers and the wardens. We have +1 save from the Cathallar on the wardens here. And for movement-wise, we kind of just left those archers there. That block of archers moved up. These Windchargers kind of zoned out the deep strikers and took the point, which Ted activated here in the middle. So that is the only point active for the first battle round. And what else? These wardens just kind of moved up to kind of prepare to take that point if it matters in the future. And that's it for our first movement. So we'll go to shooting and probably just that. I don't think anyone's charging. Oh, also the Umbral Spell portal went out. Threw a measly amount of mortal wounds out. And then we have our little, what do you call this again?
Shards of Valagar.
Yeah, shards, not snare. All right, so we just did shooting phase. So both blocks of archers shot into the little ghosty horsey boys over here.
Who did all-out ghost for that 5-up ward.
Yep, and we even popped our all-out attack on the pink ranger squad.
Triumph.
And the triumph, and we still failed. So we have a soul. What does he have? 1 wound left?
Yeah, Hexwraith with 1 wound.
Yep, Hexwraith with 1 wound. Nothing died, and we killed 1 single ghost boy, but he came back due to that hero that can take
Spirit Torment.
Is a D3 back?
That's 3 flat. Yeah.
So flat 3 can come back end of the turn. So that is our whole first battle round. Now we're going to pass it off to Tad.
All right, this is Tad with Nighthaunt. We have bottom of turn 1 for Nighthaunt. So what we did is we had some limited spells. I tried to dispel Valagar with Reikenor, but I got a 5 even, so no dispel or no dispel there. And then I did do Seal of Shyish from the Guardian of Souls onto the big block of Chain Rasp. So they have a 5-up ward right now. They're feeling good. They kind of just pushed up into the center. My general's out in front. He pushed up into the center as well. We need to take this point. And I did Cunning Maneuver. So I got my my Cruciator onto the point right there. So what I did with the rest of my stuff is I brought down Cunning Maneuver was done with the battle tactic, but I did bring down 2 units. So I have a unit of Dreadscythe Harridans who deep struck over here in the corner. Maybe get a cheeky charge off in the corner into some Wardens. And then I did actually bring down the other 20 block of Dreadscythe. So they went into the woods over here, right in the corner right there. So they're not really anticipating a charge, but maybe just if for some reason I can get the double turn, we'll see what happens. I am zoned out by these Rue Riders, so we'll see what happens. And we're going to go into charge phase for Nighthaunt. All right, this is Tad back with Nighthaunt into combat and the charge phase. So we had a Dreadscythe over here on the corner. They did make a 11-inch charge from Deep Strike. As you can see, there's no more Wardens left, so they are no longer with us. And then we had some big charges over here. I got, I think, a 9 with the Chain Rasps into the Windchargers. And then the General made 1 as well, got in there. The Chain Rasps finished that unit off. We deep struck this unit over here in the corner. They're still hanging out in the woods, so they did not make their charge. But we took this middle point and put some pressure on the pointy-eared boys and girls.
All right, so this is the roll-off for priority. This is a game changer. I'm pretty sure if I do not take this, it's GG. So let's go. Rolling off. Here we go. Oh, 6. What'd you get?
Win ties. And
oh, so girl, we have a shot. So you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance.
All right, so we're at the top of turn 2. So end of movement phase here. So objective that was activated is Tad's home objective there. We had some spells dispelled. Tad did his heroic action to dispel the spell portal. We got total eclipse off. We pretty much got everything off except my overwhelming heat. But I don't think it really mattered because he's pretty much up in my face. But that D3 mortal wounds probably also would not have happened. Because I would have to roll an 11 to make it go off. All right, so actual movement. So yeah, the archers shifted over -3 movement because of the that little -2 for down and then 1 over. So yeah, so that's where they went. These archers, I felt I might as well move them up at this point because he's up in my face. And the +1 attack each will really help with kind of finishing off all this stuff on this right side. So my hope is to finish off all that stuff. And then these archers moved up. We could dump their shots into these guys also with their +1 attack and just closer range. Unfortunately, the +1, the -1 Ren does not do anything against this army. And then I moved Teclis up to just shoot something. We'll see if a single D6 shot does anything. We'll find out. All right, so we'll go to shooting. All right, so this end of shooting phase, which is my only phase because no one's charging. So my battle tactic was eye for an eye. I did kill the horsey boy here. I killed the leftovers of those wraiths over here. I killed that little other horsey boy. And then that was it. This unit here, 20 attacks. I killed 6 of these ghost boys. Killed 6 of them. And
how many came back, Carl?
3. So I really killed 3, but he had to spend his 2 CP because of total eclipse, which is doubling CP costs to keep him back. So no more ran away. That was it. It was good here on the right side with the extra attack on shooting, which we needed. So that was like 40 attacks for range. But man, I think I should have killed those banshees. All right, let's go to Tad's turn and see if he just wipes me off the table.
All right, this is Tad with Nighthaunt. This is bottom of turn 2. We did some movement. So we already controlled these objectives. My home in the middle were the only ones activated. So we kind of just pushed on forward, put some more pressure on these stinky elves. So Carl did a cheeky redeploy back here. Got a 5. Moved those sentinels out a little bit. So it's going to be a slightly longer charge, but we do have some chain rasp up in the face of them. These guys just moved on up. The big block is going to be kind of out of the picture for this one. But my battle tactic was gaining momentum. So I do want to kill this sentinel unit. So we have some guys moved up, ready to charge. And we will be back after this turn. All right, this is Nighthaunt, bottom of turn 2 after combat and battle shock. So my gaining momentum over here was unsuccessful. I cleared out all but 5 sentinels. The -1 to hit from Shining Company kind of limited it. And then Carl did a great job of placing his shards right here to block off this corner. So I was only kind of able to swing around this far corner, but they're limited over there. We had the charges over here, chain rasps, and the general got in, did quite a bit of work over here to this unit of sentinels. So we have 3 remaining after battle shock there. And then I had 1 more chain rasp flee over here because of total eclipse. I could not spend 2 CP. So right now I got another 1 for the home I control still and the middle. So hold 1, 2 more, 3 points. So right now we are looking at 6 points to Carl, and that is 7 points to me at bottom of 2 going into 3 priority roll.
All right, going into battle round 3, priority roll. This is a big, if I do not get this roll, I'm going to get shreked. Let's go.
Carl wins ties.
4.
3.
Oh my
4.
God, let's go!
He lives another day.
All right, so we're at top of battle round 3. So we just did some cowardly moves here. So hero phase, Tad did the heroic action to fight with a Galician champion, and he almost wiped the remainder of that squad, and only 1 guy made it with all the saves. So he made his saves, and then in movement he fell back. I just went for the extra CP, which I got. And then I got total eclipse off. I did the 5-up feel no pain. I teleported the sentinels that were here. We teleported all the way over there. Everyone got their power of Hysh off just because, nothing else really to do. The Cathallar did overwhelming heat finally and failed her actual spell on her datasheet. So she decided to just run away and try to divide the forces. So everyone's kind of just playing catch me if you can at this point. So if he wants to kill something, he has to go toward it and devote those forces to that unit. We had Teclis move over here. His butt's too fat and couldn't fly over any of this stuff. So he kind of just shifted over here to the right. We'll just charge in there for some pseudo movement. That I just kind of moved there to just block, I don't know, do something for some zoning. And then the Bannerblade used his once per game Tunnel Master to just teleport over here and claim some objectives. So we're just trying to play the objective game, get some points because we haven't scored much the last turn. All right, so we're gonna go to our shooting and some combat. All right, so shooting and charges are done. So shooting, Teclis shot here and just wiped that hero that was chilling over there. This unit of 3 that I yeeted over there, only 2 of them can shoot. They shot and just dealt like 1 mortal wound. That was until the bodyguard unit, I believe. Mm-hmm. But in close combat, Teclis smacked into this hero. He passed off the wounds to just finish off that bodyguard unit. And then the smack back into Teclis, no damage went through, so he's still at full health. That is the turn. We did get our battle tactic, which was just
cutting maneuver.
Yep, cutting
put
maneuver. Just put
wannabe Bannerblade there.
Yep. And that's it. Going to Tad's turn.
All right, Nighthaunt, bottom 3. Our battle tactic we selected was eye for eye because Carl killed something last round. So I just backed out the Cruel Ghast. We moved up. Carl got a 1-inch redeploy, but Teclis is finest houred right now, so I'm kind of thinking about maybe just avoiding him. I moved up the poor ladies over here that have done nothing so far, but we need to get them in the mix. So we're moving up. We're going to just take some objectives back, score hopefully max points. So we'll get into charges and we'll get to the bottom of the battle round. All right, Nighthaunt, bottom of 3. We got eye for eye. We went over here and killed that lone sentinel. Carl did pop his Bannerblade. And he did some mortals. He took out the Guardian of Souls. Rest in peace. And then we didn't go into Teclis. He's finest houred, and he's over there chilling on the point. So we are going to be getting into priority for 4.
All right, game changing again. I need that priority.
He's been winning them all.
Let's go.
I need
this. I need this.
I'm gonna roll first.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, shit. 6. No!
All right, Nighthaunt with priority. We are doing Desecrate. We are going to desecrate this over here. So we did some movement, moved up. Carl rolled a great 1-inch redeploy on his banner. So we have a bunch of ladies that are finally wanting to get into the action over here. We have Teclis, the man, the myth, the legend. We moved up the Cruel Ghast.
She's
and a bunch of it's a they. Then we moved up over here to get in range. We're going to do some more charges as Nighthaunt likes to do, and we'll see what happens. All right, this is top of 4. We went over here. We did a bunch of damage to Teclis. He has 6 life left on him. We did take over some points over here. We put a bunch of these lovely ladies into this solo Bannerblade, but he only took 2 damage out of all of it because he was on a 2-up. So, but we did kind of push over to the point on here, so we'll get our 5 points, and we're going to flip over to Carl. All right, Carl, tell us what happened.
Oh, God. All right, so start of my turn, we went to heroic actions. Teclis was here. He did his heroic action, which lets him attack with a Galician champion. So he attacked with his general over here, who popped Teclis because Teclis's shrug aura fell off.
And so we think we're playing that right. This is into his hero phase, start of hero phase, and it says that the protection of Teclis falls off in your hero phase, so... I did get 5 attacks through for damage, so it was 10 damage, and he only had 6. Let's roll 10 wards real quick and see if, for some reason, we would have played this wrong. Okay. If he would have gotten
2, 4.
He needs to save 5 of these.
8, 10.
So just to see if for some reason we screwed that up. No. So he's dead regardless, thankfully, just in case we messed that up. But I'm pretty positive that's how it plays out. So at this point, we basically talked out VP. I did win priority. So in the turn that Teclis died, Carl just backed up his sentinels back over here.
They took Desecrate and scored on the little rock back here. And then I won priority into battle round 5. So I took lead the assault, and we basically talked it out from there. His Cathallar way back here in the corner, she would have kind of just ran over to the side of the map to limit my options, but I was able to maintain control. These ladies over here would have cleaned up, and I would have just put 2 onto a point. And in total, we would have had a total score of 23 to... Carl's 4, 6, 11, 23 to 13 with my grand strategy.
Number.
Getting it.
Let's go.
Let's go. But good game, Carl. It was a lot of fun. I'll pass it over to you.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so Nighthaunt victory. We had a fun time. I think we'll go over some MVPs and LVPs, so least valuable players in this one. I think that my general, the Executioner, he put in work all game, fighting in the hero phase and just kind of tearing stuff up. He had that Gurish Rage aspect of the champion on, so even if he died, he has a possibility of coming back to life, but he kind of did well the entire game. LVP, I'm probably going to do the big block of ladies right there. I just think that I played them a little wrong, having them so far in the corner, and maybe I will mix them up into 2 units of 10. They didn't really see combat till turn 4. Carl won priorities, and he was able to kind of shift his army away from them. But yeah, I think that's kind of... It was a fun game, good game, and was able to barely take Teclis down in the end. It was a good time.
All right, so we're going to talk about my army's MVP. So obviously it's Teclis. Teclis is obviously always MVP because your army can't really function without him because of his automatic spells that just can't be countered because they go off on a 10. But besides that, I think the actual MVP is my little Bannerblade, because this little guy...
The wannabe Bannerblade.
Somehow, the wannabe Bannerblade survived freaking 44 attacks.
He did.
By the Ghost Girls.
2-up save.
Yeah, that popping his crystal to give him a 2-up save, and then you would just all-out defense him if you needed to.
And with his once per game ability, he killed my Guardian of Souls as well.
Yeah, his once per game ability to deal all enemy units within 18 inches take D3 mortal wounds, and they're -1 to hit.
Carl, how many points is that little guy?
And he is 80 points.
Yeah.
No, I think he's 90 points.
He's
That's
not
still
bad.
That's still not a lot.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good. And then the ability to give him Tunnel Master, just pop wherever.
Yeah.
And I just popped him right in the middle of the map, so that 18-inch aura just kind of hit everything it needed to.
Yep.
And yeah, it took out a hero, dealt some mortal wounds,
Killed
some stuff that needed it. So yeah, that was definitely MVP for 90 points. So I'm definitely keeping him in my list. My biggest loser, I think, is these Windchargers. And it's probably because they're not painted that they just failed. But maybe I just played them wrong. I just used them as a screening tool. Maybe I just deployed them too far up. Because I was thinking, usually when I play 2 Castly and safe. So I was like, oh, maybe I should deploy it farther up to take a point. And then they just got smacked. So maybe I should be more defensive and not deploy them that far up. I don't know. But yeah, that's my definite most biggest loser. All right, so I just want to talk about this game. If you guys like these quick kind of snapshot battle reports where we just go over what we did, let me know, and maybe we can get some more of these games in. Surgical Ninja versus the Miscasts. Maybe we'll play against some other Miscasts members in the future.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm coming for you. All right, we'll see you guys next time.